Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello, my name is Loey, and recently a story broke on my TikTok For You page about a scam going on in the acting world. Random, I know, but it all centers around this hashtag Dying4Ryan. And y'all know me, if there's an internet mystery to be solved, I am #1 Sherlock Holmes on the case, baby. And what started as research into a strange little scam quickly became something much darker, revealing a wannabe influencer so obsessed with fame that he would be willing to go so far as to break the law for it. And that's not even all that uncommon. Recently, a streamer by the name of Johnny Somali has been headlining the news everywhere because he's currently being detained in South Korea, where he faces criminal charges that he imposed on himself by doing crazy things for this stream to get more money, to get more viewers. And it really just leaves you with the question, what is the price of fame in a social media economy like the one we have now? And just how dark does it truly get? I know, something a little bit different today, but I promise you, if you like my dark, spooky, scary stories, we're not dealing with any ghosts today, but we sure are sinking our teeth into one hell of a mystery. But before we get into it, I want to say a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Aura. I learned a fun little fact recently, and by fun I mean harrowing. Did you know that the average amount of time that a company takes to tell you about a data breach is 277 days? 277 days, 9 months of your information being exposed that you don't even know about. And that's where today's sponsor, Aura, comes in. Aura will alert you if they find your name, phone number, social security number, or other sensitive information on the dark web. Trust me, they're gonna let you know real quick if someone is trying to steal your bank information or credit card numbers. And should the worst happen, they also offer $5 million in identity theft insurance. Users also enjoy additional features like their military-grade VPN, which is one of my favorite things about Aura. Every time that I'm connected to like a public unsecure Wi-Fi, it reminds me to turn on my VPN. I appreciate that so much because your girl's on the go a lot, okay? And sometimes I'm connected to some sketchy Wi-Fi access points, but with Aura, I never have to worry that my information is at risk. You can go to aura.com/LoeyLane to get a 14-day free trial to Aura, and that will be enough time to see if your data has been compromised. And you'll learn about it before any of those companies even have to notify you. Once again, head on over to aura.com/LoeyLane to get your 14-day free trial to Aura. Thank you to Aura for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys for using my link when you check out Aura. It really helps out the channel a lot. And now let's get into the video. So picture this, you are a 31-year-old woman fast asleep in this very bed, snug as a bug in a rug, and you wake up and go through your little daily routine. Okay, I'm letting out the dogs, I'm making my coffee, I'm scrolling through my social media apps. I know it's bad for you first thing in the morning, but I do it anyway. And I see that I have a couple of DMs from a mutual of mine named Tara Rule. And she sent me one of her own TikToks that she made about a scammer.
There's an influencer on here trying to scam actors into promoting their seemingly fake documentary.
And stick with me here, okay? The scam is that there is a guy, an influencer, going around to different actors, emailing some people directly. There's also a post on this website called Backstage, which is where like brands and companies can connect with potential actors and actors can find work. You get how it is. So this management company is going around on behalf of this influencer trying to get actors to make a public audition for some musician biopic. I know, again, stick with me. But to do this, you have to use this influencer's new song and you have to post a video on TikTok with the hashtag Dying4Ryan. So this poster is reached out to directly for this project. And she is like a seasoned actor, okay? She's been in multiple projects. She knows how this is supposed to go. And she pretty much smells out the red flags immediately.
In order to audition, you have to post public TikToks pretending to be a fan of his, and that's the audition process.
She's giggling, I'm giggling. It's funny, okay? It's like sad, but funny. Like, yeah, of course, you're trying to scam people into giving your song some free publicity, okay? But it gets so much weirder because immediately after she posts that video, she receives a cease and desist letter in her email.
That was fast. I already got a cease and desist. Y'all, I just had to pause the video because this man just called me and used his own words to say he was an attorney. So what's funny is you can match up the timestamps. You can see I was actually recording because when I got a no caller ID thing come up, I thought that was probably going to be him. So it is a two-party consent state, so I can't post the recording of this man saying that he's an attorney, which is a felony, by the way, to pretend to be an attorney. But you can legally record criminal activity in the state of California. So this will be sent to the appropriate authorities. Oh, no worries, guys. I actually signed this. Apparently I work for AGA Studio, which is located in a mediumly rated parking lot in Los Angeles, California. But the person who is sending out auditions to be in a feature film, and the audition process is posting TikToks, pretending to be a fan while using his sound in the hashtag Dying4Ryan. This person has a history of staged publicity. You know, I couldn't help but notice AGA attorney's law. You know, it's a felony. It's a felony to impersonate an attorney.
The cease and desist letter, y'all, is like kind of offensively bad. You could almost have just used ChatGPT and called it a day, but instead the cease and desist letter that she receives has her name in it as the person who is requesting the cease and desist. That's how bad this guy is at this. I'm gonna be so for real with you guys. I didn't even read the cease and desist because I knew it was fake immediately. Attorneys and law instead of attorneys at law is very funny, but I did take a little look at that. So it says, Dear Terror Rule, I Terror Rule. So I guess I'm demanding myself with the cease and desist, and I also signed it. Anyway, I replied to his fake lawyer and I said the following. I said, listen, Ryan, pretending to be an attorney in California is illegal, and making fake legal documents is punishable by hefty fines and jail time. Additionally, creating deceptive and fraudulent auditions to trick people into promoting you for free in order to gain free advertising in a deceptive manner is a punishable crime. I've already spoken to an actual attorney about this. It's not only criminally punishable, but it also is grounds for a potential class action suit against you from all the people who you were dishonest with. If you make a public post apologizing for being dishonest in order to gain free advertising in a deceptive manner, I believe that apology will go a long way. I feel like this kid is like a trust fund kid or something, so I'm fully expecting a parent, I'm gonna guess a dad or something with a bunch of money to try to make my life hell in some way. That's just, if I had to guess. Good luck. My life is already hell, so. Just kidding, very grateful. My life actually rocks. So anyway, I'm gonna continue my colonoscopy prep. Love you. So I'm seeing all of these videos and I'm just giggling. I think that this is like the many things I see on TikTok that I never tell you guys about. Just a little story I'll follow. But then another actor comes forward giving a lot more information about the scam. And I mean, it's serious.
I almost just got scammed by an up-and-coming artist for $250,000. Not just me, but other actors, hundreds and thousands of others all across the world. And I'm about to expose it right now. I found this listing on a platform called Backstage.com. It's where a lot of creatives and actors go to find opportunities. As you can see, it's already rejected. That's what they were willing to pay me or scam me for. And this is who they claim to be. After I submitted, they sent me a message about 2 days later, and they sent all this information. I'm not going to talk about it, but you can look through it. They then sent me this email talking about the instructions for auditioning and what to expect for the future. This is their PDF that they sent me of their legalities, everything they're looking for. You can even see people auditioning on TikTok through the hashtag called Dying4Ryan.
So it looks like it's been rejected. This listing has been terminated due to suspicious content, complaints, or policy violations. And it says major motion picture, music biopic. But specifically, AGA Studios is mentioned here. Now, earlier, Tara, and I do hope it's Tara, I'm so sorry if it's Tara, and I'm saying Tara this entire video, but she had looked up this address and it led to a parking lot. So this guy, Jay, decides to give the number, the contact number for this place a call, and what he is told is crazy.
So I just recently called the building of 2000 Avenue of the Stars, and manager said that there's no such thing as AGA Studios. So just to confirm, I'm gonna give this place a call again.
Central Park, this is Alexis.
Hi there, Alexis. My name is Jordan, and I am calling in regards to see if you have a company within your building named AGA Studios?
You know, we've gotten a lot of these calls today. We don't, but do you mind sending me that email, forwarding me the email that you received?
Yes, I can definitely do that. They seem to be scamming a lot of people, so I just wanted to call and confirm.
Yeah, this is one of many calls today, so I'm going to let security know.
Okay.
So nobody there by the name of AGA Studios. They've been getting calls about this all day. This is not like an isolated TikTok incident, okay? This is like going out into traditional acting. These are not the only two people who were going to audition for this, or perhaps already had, by posting free promotional material promoting this guy's music. One comment on one of Tara's videos says, "Girl, I am so glad I found this vid while doing prep and research for the role, like a good little actor I am. The industry is hard to get into, as I'm sure you know, and I appreciate you looking out." And here's the thing, all of this is actually pretty serious. It might seem silly, like, oh, a guy was just trying to get people to post for free about his music. But when you're wasting people's time that they could have been spent doing another job, you're kind of opening yourself up for repercussions. And then for the people who did post, you know, they need to be compensated for that work. So Miss Tara Rule actually is taking this pretty seriously. And I understand why, okay, but she was not the one to piss off, because she's gonna take this as far as it can go, it seems.
I just realized this is so funny. The email says cease and desist. Hilarious. Anyway, as I mentioned a number of times, I'm doing my colonoscopy prep, meaning I have nothing better to do. Yes, I am in my bathroom because I can't leave the toilet, and I am just working away at these complaints. Right now, we're doing the consumer complaints form for the Attorney General. What else are we going to do? Federal Trade Commission, even though they're not a registered business, they still do deceptive business practices. Yeah, there's a lot here. California Business and Protections Code, blah, blah, like, the Attorney General is probably going to get them pretty bad. Criminal, you know, I'm going to file criminal charges. Forgery, falsifying legal documents, impersonating a lawyer, fraud and deceit. And if anyone's interested in doing a class action lawsuit against this guy, just leave a comment down below. Let's sue the shit out of this guy. Bye.
So this is our launching point into the Dying4Ryan scandal, okay? And into RyanHalsa as a person. At this point in the video, you know, I've just been showcasing the TikToks and stuff so far, but since this person likes to send out cease and desists, very badly written ones, everything following this is my opinion and it is alleged. But if you do want to send me a cease and desist, I have real lawyers who'd be very, very happy to chat about that. I kept reading RyanHalsa's name and I was like, where have I heard of this guy before? And then I remembered, I think around 2 years ago now, Danny Gonzalez made a video about an influencer who was faking paparazzi videos for views, essentially. And what I mean by that is not like this guy is an established influencer or personality or whatever who's, you know, calling up the Hollywood fix and saying, follow me to Nobu, you know? His entire content strategy was fake paparazzi videos of himself, but nobody knows who he is. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I don't mean any of this in a mean way, okay? I am an influencer. I did a sponsorship earlier in this video. I have no problem with influencers. I clearly have been one for a decade, and I truly understand the appeal of it, especially in a world where it feels like we all have to have like 3 side hustles just to make rent every month. But people can smell it when you are hungry for fame and you have nothing else to offer them. And I'm not disrespecting a fan base or anything here, because there isn't one. So here's where our deep dive begins. I go down the rabbit hole of looking into Ryan's music. He's released, I think, 3 songs now, or at least 3 that I'm aware of. I don't remember the name of the first one, it's not important, but the second one is called Never Let You Go by RyanHalsa featuring Coldplay. Now, this is pretty big because this has 8,900 posts under it. And for an indie musical artist, this is a huge feat. However, a couple of things really stand out to me. The first one being that Coldplay is nowhere in this song. I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can put out a piece of music and just say that somebody else is in it when they're not, which is I think the reason why this song was never officially released. But again, 8,900 posts under it. That's a pretty big accomplishment. However, when looking through all of these posts, I would say some of them are legitimate, like people posting edits to the song or whatever, but I would say at least half of what I saw was from 3 different accounts going by Heartless Kids, Celebs Updates, and Official Cover. All 3 of these accounts exclusively post about RyanHalsa. And that would be one thing if this was a person with a fan base, because an Ariana Grande account doing that wouldn't be crazy. But the videos posted are all like this one, clearly AI generated and using other celebrities' names to try to hook the viewer in so they stay to learn about RyanHalsa. I feel like it's hard to explain, so just watch this one.
Justin Bieber was supposed to be on the news last night. A clip was sent in by a source that said the clip is being currently delayed from most media outlets to protect Bieber's image. The clip is of him arriving at Great White on Melrose with RyanHalsa allegedly and threatened to grab the paparazzi in a violent manner.
Now a new story in Hollywood with a familiar face. Justin Bieber was spotted hanging out with the so-called new social media heartthrob RyanHalsa when he threatened a paparazzi to strangle his neck for getting too close. Luckily, the paparazzi got it on camera. Take a look.
Hey, Justin. Have a nice day. I think you guys get so close, and I want to wring your neck sometimes. Do it, bro. Do it, bro. Both of you guys.
Frank Ocean after Coachella performance today, so.
It always changes.
Clearly the news anchor or whatever, her voice was AI. And if you're wondering about this Justin Bieber incident, when heading over to Halsa HQ on YouTube, which is very clearly a handle owned by him, you can see Justin Bieber and RyanHalsa eating at Great White on Melrose, except they didn't. It's paparazzi footage from 2 different days, except Justin's is real and this guy Ryan's isn't. And I feel like at this point, maybe you've been hearing me talk, I don't even know how long I've been talking at this point, but maybe you just think this is petty. But I don't say this lightly. These, I'm gonna say, self-run fan accounts genuinely border into creepy territory. I'm talking the same exact video on Halsa HQ on YouTube, that channel we just talked about with like the Justin Bieber video, posting the exact same short of Michael Jackson in 1993 with RyanHalsa right next to it. This is something I've noticed. He often refers to himself as like the next Michael Jackson or like the next Justin Bieber specifically. And I'm all for manifestation and faking it till you make it and self-confidence and being proud of the work that you make to the point where you feel confident enough to like market it to people, you know? Being an artist in this day and age is so hard with the uprising of AI, the insane saturation of the media industry in all platforms, I mean film, music, everything. And then you take into account the ever-present social media pressure, because the more followers you have, the more people you have to sell to. And also, those followers are seen as like a selling point to labels and record companies. You know, do you kind of get what I'm saying here? Like, the social media game is such a big part these days of being an artist of any kind, which sucks. Like, artists should be able to just focus on making their art and not having to run the social media circus, but it is what it is. But what the difference is here is that people can smell it when you actually don't have anything to say to them. They can tell when you are fame hungry and only doing something for money or followers. The reason we don't like artificial intelligence is because there's nothing to it. There's no substance. It's a carbon copy of everything that's ever been funneled into it. It's not human. And the same can be said for people who want to blow up on social media just for the sake of blowing up. And I can attest to this because I have been yapping nonstop for like 12 years, and for some reason people have always listened. But it always started and always has been me talking about things that really interest me and making content that I really want to make. When people ask me for advice on starting a YouTube channel or social media or anything, I always tell them that the most important thing is figuring out what you want to say first. Just talking and the rest will follow, and you'll find this community of people that is real and does stand the test of time. And what Ryan hasn't seen yet is that those people, the real people, they'll stick with you through every single song release. But right now he is an artificial social media presence with purchased followers, purchased engagement, and the money can't buy the real thing. The real thing being people who are willing to take the time out of their day to enjoy your art. Because you head on over to his Spotify and the song has about like 37,000 streams. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's like a completely respectable amount of streams, but it's not what you would see from somebody who is this huge pop star like he claims to be. I lied, apparently it's 31,000 streams, but I also love that I Hate It Here by Taylor Swift. I love that it was apparently the last song I listened to. Another indicator that this person is not, I think he has like 4 million followers on Instagram or something. Another indicator that those are purchased followers, and this is not someone who got all of that naturally, is if you head on over to his Getty Images page. He has 2 total events and 9 total Getty Images. The first one being a fake paparazzi session with his brother, who he's also done these like fake paparazzi videos with. The second Getty image is from the Ghostbusters premiere, I think it said, but that definitely doesn't look like a premiere carpet. I would say that's probably a screening. I am not a celebrity, and my Getty Images page is chock full because every event you go to in Los Angeles has a Getty photographer. These days, it's almost like a party favor that comes with an event, which sounds so crazy as I say it, but I feel like these are all things that like maybe just would never come up naturally in conversation. I don't feel like I've ever told you about them because we don't ever talk about that side of things. I only just tell you guys my little scary stories and move on, but I'm gonna assume Ryan is not going to events like that, and certainly is not being photographed like that. He'll often use other celebrities to like make viral moments for himself. So for example, there was recently a Skims event at Mel's Drive-In here in LA. And you can see in this video, RyanHalsa mobbed day after debut single Crash Out releases, #Dying4Ryan. You can see it's a bunch of girls all crowding around him. And like he's signing arms and they're taking pictures and they're screaming and they're running after him at one point, and like, this is really fascinating to me. You have videos like this one from pattypopculture fully covering this event of Ryan being like swarmed by girls as if it's real. And I really, really hope this person got paid for this.
So there's a huge commotion at Kim Kardashian's Skims pop-up at Mel's Diner on Sunset Boulevard this week, and Kim thought the pop-up would be all about her, but there was another star that got a way bigger crowd and way more paparazzi for them. This young male star who was like concealing his identity was eating at the pop-up, clearly saw that he was getting noticed, had a whole swarm of fans for him, so he went outside and then got mobbed. People were having this young man sign their arm, sign anything. Like, this is true like Justin Bieber fan behavior. And when I tell you this is the craziest thing, this is not a lie, I promise you from the bottom of my heart. I saw this whole thing happen from across the street. This is a video from my phone. I saw this because I was doing my ab workout. And I see him getting like chased down the street as if it's 2010's Justin Bieber. But at first I couldn't really tell who it is. And since it's the Skims pop-up, I was like, is that one of the Kardashian adjacent men right now? Like, is it Timothy Chalamet? Is it Travis Barker? I had no idea at first. But lo and behold, I found out who it was. It's actually the same guy who was getting paparazzi'd with Justin Bieber last year, RyanHalsa. He's a huge, young social media star, so obviously all the girls are gonna love him and get excited about him, and now he's tiptoeing into pop music. He has a new song out called Crash Out. It's very experimental, it's very interesting. A lot of people seem to be super excited about it and supporting him, and people are theorizing that he'll be like the new fresh face of male pop stars, because everyone wants the male pop stars back.
It's borderline creepy how quickly reality can be fabricated. This is someone who's been nowhere near Justin Bieber, but now you have all of these sources saying that he's been linked to him in some capacity, that they went out to eat together in 2023 when that never happened. But that part aside, like, you have this person talking about this like mob of girls chasing after him as if it's a completely real event, and it's not. Because the original source for like every single video of Ryan getting mobbed by this group of girls is all on those pages that I talked about earlier that exclusively post him in this very obviously fake way, where I know a teenage girl is not running this account. I have to assume that that person was compensated in some way for that, okay? I've also seen videos of this song Crash Out, like the lyrics being posted to pages that do like lyrical videos or whatever. And on those, I noticed they also have a business inquiries email. None of this engagement is real, and you can't buy it. I guess we have to talk about his roots of faking paparazzi videos, because that's how anybody even knows who he is. So Danny Gonzalez did a whole video on it, but Ryan and his brother Sammy make these videos in which they are being chased around by the paparazzi. In these videos, there's this entire narrative that Ryan is like being hounded by these paparazzi and like can't even go outside without being stalked and followed.
Scum of the earth, bro. You don't refund or what, bro? I don't pay you for nothing.
You look amazing, Haley.
I said, if you see Addison or his mom, tell her to stop asking people for my number. I know people just want to clout ride and stuff, but I'm nice and mean, and that's just crazy. You have little person syndrome. You're short, you're like 5'3". When you wake up, just really want to tell you to like control me, or you just do it yourself?
In reality, I mean, I was gonna say that he calls them himself, but it's not even that. These are not paparazzi. These are just like random people taking these photos and videos. In Danny's video, you know, he talked about the possibility, and people were saying that like it was satire and it was all a joke, and he was actually just, Ryan was making fun of influencers and celebrities and stuff. But especially given all of what's just happened with the cease and desist letters and the trying to scam actors for what they believe is going to be like a multi-$100,000 job, I highly doubt it's a bit anymore. So the question now becomes, does Ryan so fully believe his own lies and believe the world that he's curated for himself? Does he have this like inflated sense of ego to the point where he believes all of this is real? Or is this a fake it till you make it kind of situation? Is this somebody just trying their best to manufacture celebrity status? It's interesting to me because I feel like these days, especially, like Ryan's clearly a younger guy. I have no context of how old he is, but he's a younger dude. Actually, I'll go look at his famous birthdays because he has one of those. Okay, he's 21 and also a Virgo. But yeah, I mean, I know that influencers still obviously have a pretty big role in like the online ecosystem or whatever, but I also don't think it's like a cool thing anymore, if that makes any sense. It certainly seems like, I don't know, people have had like years and years and years of seeing the dark side of it. And I don't think it's as romanticized anymore, but maybe I also have the luxury of thinking that because I'm on the other side of it and I exist in this space. But people will still do anything to be famous, or even just to pretend to be famous. And for some people, it ends up working. There are some prank channels that do the dumbest shit you've ever seen in your life, and they get millions and millions of views on every single video. Until someone goes too far and ends up going to jail over it. There was this guy earlier this year, actually, I'd always wanted to talk about this, but never really had a video to do it in. There was a guy who sprayed like pesticides, like bug spray, onto fruit in Walmart, and it was like a big thing. TikTok prankster Charles Smith is facing charges including introducing poison, criminal damage, and endangerment after filming himself spraying pesticide on fresh produce at an Arizona Walmart store. According to a press release from the Mesa Police Department, 27-year-old Smith, known on TikTok as Wolfie Coletti, was arrested and charged on Saturday, December 21st for spraying bug spray on food. And in the video, you see the exact crime being committed. This is somebody who, whether under the guise of doing bad things disguised as pranks, or was doing things as pranks and got carried away and did something completely unforgivable, he committed a crime for TikTok fame. And in a very serious way, Ryan is too. The paparazzi videos, the countless, like, clearly self-run fan accounts, the fact that somebody is commenting on all of Tara's videos from the exact same IP address as fan accounts.
I actually don't delete comments, but you might want to invest in a VPN because all of your comments from all these different accounts come from the same IP address. If you're new here, just see the saga down below. Sir, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this respectfully. Number one, you need to get a VPN, okay? Because leaving multiple comments from different accounts that all trace back to the same IP address is very transparent. Number two, if you're going to use those bots that do like spam comments from multiple different fake accounts, make sure to use one that's encrypted. The one you're currently using is not encrypted, meaning you can basically track back to the source, which is essentially the same as not having a VPN, which is going to show it all traces back to the same place.
The question really does boil down to, is this a fantasy that is entirely believed? Or is he well aware of what he's doing and going so far as to cross the line by breaking the law in multiple different ways with this like scam acting job? Is that just another stepping stone towards the fame that matters above all else? I said it earlier and I'll say it again. I understand the appeal of wanting to make money online being yourself. It sounds like a dream job. It is a dream job. I fully understand that and I recognize the privilege, and I get that I can sit here and point fingers at somebody who is trying their best to get to influencer status, and I can think whatever I want. But there's a difference between truly having something to say to people, having content, having a message, having like a belief in something bigger than yourself that you're willing to share in the world. And on the flip side, your only message is you. Your only belief is that you are worthy of people's time without having anything to say. If you want to be an artist, if you want to make your music, but don't just put out things for the sake of a viral moment and then call yourself a pop star and hope everybody eventually jumps on the bandwagon and sees reality in your way, because you're actually hurting other people. And Hollywood is very tiny. Los Angeles is much smaller than one might think. And it sticks with you, and you will eventually burn every possible bridge you could have gotten to. I think that following your dreams and making something that you're proud of and being brave enough to hand it to the world on a silver platter and saying like, if you like this, then it's for you. And if you don't, then it isn't. I think that is so brave, especially on the internet today. It's very different than it was when I started, doing this years ago. But there's a reason that people respond to authenticity. And there's a reason why people enjoy content made by real people and not carbon copies of the same influencer that they've seen 50 million times. And so Ryan, if you're watching this, and anybody who's watching this who has a dream and a goal and just something they want to share with the world, just do it and be earnest about it, because that's really cool. And I want to partake in whatever you're excited about when you're excited about it too. And I don't know, I hope this makes sense. And I hope it wasn't just, however long of me like dogging on this guy. It just was something I found really interesting. It was like a TikTok series of videos I wanted to make some kind of video on. It's something obviously very different, so I don't know if we'll end up doing this again. But I do think there's like a broader commentary on what people will do for fame. And it's always been like that. People will kill for fame. People will do anything to be remembered and to be immortalized in whatever form it is that they choose. But TikTok fame is a different beast entirely. And I guess that's it for today, but please let me know your comments down below. If there's ever stuff like this that you guys want me to cover, like niche internet situations that are maybe a little bit dark or maybe some kind of mystery that can be, you know, dove through like we did today, just let me know. Like I said, this was a little different, but I hope you liked it nonetheless. So if you did, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. A big thank you to my subscribers who are members of the channel. If you want to join the channel memberships and get extra members exclusive perks like members only videos, polls to help me decide on future video topics, and more, you can click that little join button somewhere around the screen. We would love to have you. An extra special thank you to my VIP loves for their continued and generous support of the channel. I love and appreciate you all very, very much. I love you all very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.